Hey YouTubers, Mr. Wilson, the car guy here, coming at you with a tips and tricks video on an oil leak from a Honda Civic hybrid. This particular one is a 2008, and this one was leaking a lot of oil down the back of the motor and transmission onto the ground pretty considerably. And it's kind of difficult to diagnose because it looks like it'd be coming from the valve cover or the head gasket, as the trail it runs goes down the back side of the cylinder head, notably the cam plug seal. This is a pretty simple job, but it is a bit hard to diagnose, and didn't see much on the interwebs and YouTubers for this particular problem. So I figured, hey, let's make a video. Maybe this could help somebody, since I don't see it anywhere online. Anyhow, if you have a Honda Civic, I believe the 1.8 and the 1.3, which this is the 1.3 hybrid, both have this cam plug seal. And as I said, this thing was leaking a lot of oil down the backside. Even with it on the lift, it kind of looked like it was leaking out of one of the sensor ports on the backside of the engine, possibly valve cover gasket. But I couldn't really, I wiped it down, I couldn't really get a good feel for that. It felt like it was coming up higher. Well, what you have right here, as you can see, this oily mess has been leaking for a while. I have a little towel in here. I already pulled out the plug, but that right there is the cam plug cap seal. And what that will do is, it's just a piece of plastic that pushes in. It literally pops out. Well, you got to put a lot of force and pry it all the way around, but it's got a little O-ring seal around it. That shrivels up. Here's the new one, but very simple. Push and play. You know, I recommend putting a little bearing grease, Vaseline on this before you put it in there. But $6 part, but a big mess. And what it'll do is it will run down the backside of this water neck housing. Then it'll drip and create a puddle on top of the transmission. Then it'll overflow and start running down the backside, and it's really hard to see this from anywhere because your airbox housing sits in here. So you've got this airbox assembly. So if you're looking up the backside and you can't quite see where it's going, you can't really see this leak. Once again, with the airbox sitting in here. Also, this has a plate that holds this valve over half of it, but you could still see it leaking. Once you pull the airbox out, you'll see the puddling and the trail and this big oily mess. So not too bad. You got to take out this bracket, 210 millimeters, and pull the hose out from each end of it, disconnect the harness, but it sits in front of this cam plug seal. Not too difficult to take out. These hose connections are kind of a you-know-what to get off, but a good prying tool like this guy here, you can just pry those hoses off, and those little clamps, they're very weakly sprung, will expand around that, as they're not easy to pull on and get off after many years. So long story short, take the upper and lower airbox housing out, take off this plate, leave the solenoid on there, disconnect your hoses, and then you can get some leverage in there. I use this to get the flathead to pry off this cap, because it doesn't just pop out if you put a pick in there. It kind of wedges it at an angle, so you have to put excessive force on it to get it out of there. But this particular car is 160,000 miles, and that was a very severe oil leak. It would, after I dried it off, it would leave a trail of oil within 5 minutes of driving it. So if you have a massive oil leak and you already changed your valve cover gasket, which is what most people commonly see on these, and that's not the case, then take a look at this cam plug seal. I believe they call it the exhaust cam plug seal or cylinder head plug seal. Anyhow, if this video helped you out in finding your oil leak on your Honda Civic, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.